All right, 6-3. This was basically all from part 1, too. So be careful because we'll go back to part 2 before your test. Part 2 will be on the test. But basically, part 2 was like the horizontal and the vertical component where you had to do the magnitude times the cosine of something and the magnitude times the sine of something. Like that's what's not on here. And those forced questions are not on here. And we'll review them again before your test. But that's not on the 6-3 warm-up. 6-3 part 2, this is not on here, which was the ones like the word problems where you had a force and then an angle, and you had to do the magnitude times the cosine of the angle and the magnitude times the sine of the angle to get the horizontal component and the vertical component. Yeah. And then the ones where you had like 2 and you had to find the you had to find the component forms of each and then add them together at the end. Like that we will revisit again before your test, but it's not on this. Okay, so this was just 6-1-3 or 6-3 part 1. So it started with component form where you're just doing the first minus the first. So this would be -8 minus 1, and the second minus the second, -9 minus 3, and you get -9, -12. I think almost everybody got this question right. Then B is the magnitude of that. So you can either use the distance formula from the beginning, or you could take your A and B from here and just square them. So it'd be the square root of, the sign doesn't matter because you're going to square it, but -9 squared plus -12 squared. Square root of 81 plus 144, square root of 225, and that's 15. Then for 2, it said using U -3, 5 in component form and V 2 -1, find 2U plus V. So I could take 2 and distribute it into U here. I'd get -10, 6, and then add that to 2, -1, and I get -8 and +5. Again, most of you got these right. And then 3 was 5U, so I'm going to do 5 times -5, minus 3V, so I can either distribute a -3 and then add them at the end, or I can distribute a +3 and then subtract them. You get to choose how you do that, but this should be -25, 15, and if you do minus, it would be 6, -3. So then 25 minus 6 is -31, and 15 minus a -3 becomes +3, and that's 18. Again, overall, this first slide, everybody did pretty good. Questions before I get to the next one? What do you mean?
Like we have -25, 15 minus 6, -3, then we subtract that.
Then you subtract it, yeah. Or you could distribute a -3. Like if I made that -3, it would have been plus on the outside, -6, +3, and then I would have added them. So you get to choose between those. Yeah. Negative. All right, 4 is similar, but it's in IJ format. So you can either take it out of IJ format, make that -3, 4, and 2, -1, and then do what we just did. Or, in my opinion, it's easier. You just treat them like they're regular variables and you combine your like terms. So I do 2 here, distribute. I get -6I plus 8J plus, or minus V, which would be 2I minus J. The negative gets distributed, so -6I plus IJ minus 2I plus J. And you get -8I plus 9J. Hello. Okay, so 5 was the one that most of you were confused on. It said find a vector in the same direction as number 1 with a magnitude of 3. So this is where there were 2 questions like this all the way at the end of 6-3 part 1. So if you are confused on it, my advice is tonight go back to the end, the last 2 questions on 6-3 part 1, and redo those questions. One question, the wording said find a unit vector in the same direction as blank. And then the other one is like this, where it says find a vector in the same direction as whatever, but this time it gives you a different magnitude. So either way, when it says find something in the same direction, you start the same way. You start by finding the component form of this vector over the magnitude of that vector. So number 1 had -9, -12, and it had a magnitude of 15. So I would do -9, -12 in the numerator over 15. And then you split these. It'd be -9 over 15, -12 over 15. And 3 goes on all of that. So it'd be -3/5 and -4/5. If it said find a unit vector in the same direction as that vector, you'd be done. That would be your answer. But it was different. It said find it with a magnitude of 3. So after you find the unit one, then you multiply it by 3. So it'd be negative 9/5 and negative 12/5. That should have been the overall answer at the end. So that is a vector in the same direction as the one from number 1 with a magnitude of 3. Number 6, 2u plus v. So I have to like double the length of u in the same direction, about that. And then I want to come out from v and from u parallel to the other one. And where they intersect should be the terminal point on the sums vector. Questions on any of those before I get to 6-4? So, all right, then 6-4 was your dot product, angle between, and orthogonal. So dot product, you're doing first times first, 7 times 2 plus second times second, negative 3 times 8, and you'd get 14 minus 24. That should have been negative 10. I think almost everybody got that right. The formula for the angle between is the cosine of that angle equals the dot product over the magnitude of u times the magnitude of v. So at the end in the calculator, you're going to do cosine negative 1 because you have to find the angle of the dot product in the top, which was negative 10, over the magnitude of u, which would be the square root of 7 squared plus negative 3 squared, 49 plus 9, which is 58. So square root 58 comes from the magnitude of u. Then the magnitude of v is the square root of 2 squared plus 8 squared, 4 plus 64, which is square root 68. And then if you, for some reason, have not practiced typing this part into the calculator, you definitely need to, because you have to group the denominator. You could do it in 2 ways. One, do cosine negative 1, negative 10 divided by, and keep them both under the square root. So I can do cosine negative 1, negative 10 divided by square root 58 times 68, all in the denominator. You should get 99.16. Or you could put parentheses around it, like cosine negative 1, negative 10 divided by, open the parentheses, square root 58 times 68, and then close your parentheses. If not, you're going to get an error because it's going to try to do negative 10 divided by the square root of 58, and it's going to be too big, and then you can't find the cosine of it.
So for the test, the mode is always going to be in the degree.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, so you'll reset. I'll remind you in your radians, you're going to have to switch it back. Yep. And then for number 3, this just said orthogonal, but remember it could ask you for orthogonal, parallel, or neither. There's 2 ways to figure out if they're, well, 3 really if you knew the angle. If they're orthogonal, means they're perpendicular, right? So I could have looked at the angle and said that's not 90 degrees. That means it's not. I could also look at the dot product. It has to be 0. That's not 0, so it's a no. The last way is to find the slopes of these. So negative 3/7 and 8 halves, negative 3/7 and 4/1 would have to be opposite reciprocals of each other. All of those. It fails all of those tests, so it's not orthogonal. And if it asked for if it was parallel, I'd come here and make sure that they have the same slopes, then it would be parallel. If not, obviously, it's neither.
If it fails even one test,
Yeah, it's no. Correct. Correct. You probably won't have the angle between, so you wouldn't be able to use that one unless you use the formula. But you're not going to have, like you won't, this will be on the calculator portion and this will not. So you won't be able to find the angle between to see if it's 90 degrees. You'll be able to do the slopes or the dot product. Yeah. And because it said it's going to say parallel. I think it says orthogonal, parallel, or neither. I would just do the slopes because the slope will allow you to test for both. Yeah.
So when it asks for orthogonal, it just wants the vertical?
No. So orthogonal means that they're perpendicular. And one way to test if 2 rays would be perpendicular would be finding the slopes of those segments. And if they're opposite reciprocals, then they are 90 degrees, which means it. Yeah. All right, questions for me? So again, I would say tonight, I would strongly recommend you go back to the homeworks, review the homework for 6-3, part 1, 6-3, part 2, and 6-4. View key on them so you can check your answers, because I even had a question like in the last class that the angle was right, but they didn't put the degree symbol, so it was marking it wrong. And then if you have questions on any of those sections, you need to come in tomorrow prepared to ask them so that I can go over them. We're going to do the last section tomorrow, which is 6-5.